Hello, welcome to my channel. Uh, once again I request you please subscribe this channel before going into the details. As we all know that the Vice President of India, Dankar, he says that he made few comments on Supreme Court of India. You know the context of the comments which he made in Supreme Court of India is we know that recently Supreme Court passed a bill, passed a judgment on pending bills kept reserved with President of India for more than 3 years in the context of Tamil Nadu government. Tamil Nadu government has sent more than 10 bills to the governor of Tamil Nadu. Governor has sent to President of India for reserved, and they kept it reserved, and they kept it for 3 years. The Supreme Court very seriously said that you are not supposed to keep bills for more than 3 months. So that is the context. So in this context, Dankar says that some judges are acting as a superpower, super parliament. They're acting as a super parliament. Dankar says that. Fundamentally, if we understand, say for example, if parliament does mistake, who has to correct? Is it not the Supreme Court of India? Is it not the courts of India? Who will correct if parliament commits a mistake? If parliament violates constitution of India, then where we have to go? We have to go to the court, right? If Dankar says that some judges are acting as a super parliament, if parliament does mistake, that it is the place where we go to, that is called a Supreme Court. Obviously, it is a super parliament in that context, right? There are certain areas where Supreme Court cannot make a decision. Parliament can make the decision by making laws or acts, and these are all Parliament have authority. But fundamentally, constitution violation, violating the Constitution of India, it is the Supreme Court that have a power, right? And Dankar also says that they are doing roles of legislature and executive. Why they do roles of legislature and executive? If a parliament fails to meet or fails to execute the Constitution of India, then if someone asks and goes to the court and say that they are violating the Constitution of India, then obviously they involve in that. That doesn't mean that Supreme Court is taking the role of parliament and legislature, right? And he also says that judiciary overstepping its bounds, invoking Article 142A. Now, what Article 142A very clearly says that Supreme Court is allowed to make any decree or any law or any order as it is necessary, to give complete justice, and whatever the cases that are pending before them. That is what actual Article 142 of Indian Constitution says that, right? So, but in that context, that Supreme Court of India has power to make any decree or any order or any judgment if you are violating the Constitution of India. That is what actually Article 142 says that, but we don't understand what is the argument of Dankar, the Vice President of India. And he also says that we cannot have a situation where we can direct the President of India on what basis? There is nothing called that someone is directing the President of India. It can be a President of India. President of India is also a citizen of India, that we should understand that. Constitution is for every citizen in India. We should not violate the Constitution of India. We should not violate the fundamental rights of Constitution, fundamental guidelines given by the Constitution, right? If President, say for example, if President violates the Constitution, then who has to correct? Is it not the Supreme Court of India? Where someone goes and say that, see, the first person of India, so President of India, has violated this constitutional so please give justice, and then where we have to go Supreme Court, right? So that doesn't mean that they are directing the President of India. They are directing the Constitution. Their Supreme Court can direct the Constitution. Supreme Court can interfere wherever the violation of Constitution happens, that, right? That is what actually we understand that. But we know that recently even Kapil Sibal is arguing that even 1975 when Indira Gandhi was found guilty, and she was found guilty that she malpracticed using her machinery, using the government machinery, using the authorities, and she malpracticed elections during 1975 elections, and the court found her guilty and she disqualified her, and she was removed by she removed as a president, I mean prime minister of India, right? Supreme Court, I mean a court, Allahabad court, an Allahabad court can dethrone or dechair a prime minister of India. That is the power Supreme Court of, I mean the court has given by the Constitution of India, right? So that time BJP was there very happy, and they did not say that. That time when Indira Gandhi was found guilty and she was disqualified, and they did not say anything, BJP and all. Now they are saying that how can court involve in parliament? Parliament is more than Supreme Court. Is that in that direction the president of vice president of India was talking actually in his statement. So as per my knowledge, it can be a constitution of India, or it can be Supreme Court, or it can be Parliament. They have their own roles. Parliament can make acts. Parliament can make acts that are suitable for the citizen of India within the purview of Constitution of India. But if violation is happening to the Constitution of India, Supreme Court can involve with anybody. It can be president, it can be Parliament, it can be anybody. If violation is happening, the Supreme Court will involve in this, right? After all, it is a democracy. There is no superpowers in democracy. It's all there is a backup of courts to protect the Constitution. Constitution is ultimate, and courts will interfere if Constitution is being misused or Constitution is being violated. Then obviously courts will involve. We don't understand actually what Dankar actually trying to tell to the people, that Parliament is superpower. So even if we violate the Constitution of India and the Supreme Court doesn't have a right to question us, is that what he means to say? That we don't understand that, right? If President of India does violates some rules and regulations, then obviously court will involve. That's what I feel. Thank you. Namaskar.